Once upon a time, about 500 million years ago, where I'm standing now was part of the great continent called Gondwana. And Gondwana got pushed and pushed and pushed from the south by Antarctica until these massive mountains, the Swartberg Mountains, folded up, and the inland side of the Swartberg Mountains sank and became a great deep sea about 3 kilometers deep. And that sea gradually filled up with sediment from the rivers that were running off the surrounding land. Those rivers carried mud, they carried sand, and they carried great tree trunks of the tree ferns that were growing on the surrounding lands. And those trunks of the trees and the mud were covered with more and more and more and more layers of mud for the next 300 million years, for the next 100 million years, until what was once the deep sea was a great, huge, flat plain that we now call the Karoo. And that plain is where we're standing now. But what happened is that the pressure from the south continued, and all those layers of mud deposited in the bottom of the sea continued to fold until they were standing on end. So where we stand here in the old quarry, we can see all different layers of mud. One of them is a very, very hard layer of mud that runs all the way from Laingsburg further west and under the sea and pops out again in Argentina. That's the white band that you can see right on top of the hill here. Those amazing stones that is behind me that are used as benches were once upon a time tree ferns. The hard white band that runs so far from Laingsburg to South America was the most important source of hard, sharp stones for the hunter-gatherer people of South Africa 10,000 years ago. They used to chip off bits to make poison arrows and knives. And today, that same hard band of rock is a barrier between North End and South End, and some people feel it should go away, but the artists of this village had a vision. They had a vision that this could make the most wonderful amphitheatre for a jazz concert, and this is what you're about to experience.
Ek is P.C. van Rensburg, ek is argitek van Kaapstad.
En ek is Annie Snyman, ek is 'n kunstenaar uit Johannesburg.
En ek is Isak Volgraaf, ek is 'n kunstenaar en illustreerder van Kaapstad.
Ons is besig om 'n amfitheater te skep vir die Jazz Festival van die 3de tot die 7de Mei.
Ja, so soos jy agter ons kan sien, het ons 5 klippe. En nou gaan ons die foto's ordentlik neem. Bo op die ou quarry gesit, en ons gaan klippe ook hier onder insit waar mense op kan sit, plat klippe wat in gerangskik word soos sitplekke.
Ja, dit is 'n tektoniese rif soos wat Sue vertel het, en die klip wat ons daarbo gesit het, geniet die kinders verskriklik. So, en ek hoop hulle sal hierdie amfitheater vir verskeie geleenthede in die toekoms ook gebruik.